So the system of choice is Harrison Assessment and Talent Solutions.
Yeah. And just to jump in there, Lindsay, we've mentioned the categories or the elements of talent management, as you mentioned, acquisition, succession planning, etc. So there's some key fundamental things within each one of those elements. So it's just some of the things that this, in terms of the talent analytics, the system enables us to measure. As we've mentioned, the predictive behavioural assessment. So we said potential to measure emotional flips and derailers, preferences, enjoyment factors, etc., etc. Leadership competency analysis. So you mentioned the HIPOs, the high potentials. So we can measure against potential for leadership positions. So it's part of the succession planning, perhaps. The alignment of values. The data is shown now, and the research is shown that the more aligned someone is in terms of their values, their individual personal values with the company values, then the more likelihood they're going to be engaged and perform. So we can measure that from the same questionnaire. Team dynamic profiles. So how do people fit together? You might have everyone who's got a similar profile. Do you want someone the same, or do you want someone who's going to sort of contradict and support those strengths in different areas? So we can measure team dynamics in profile teams. As we mentioned, employee expectations. So it's not necessarily employee engagement survey as such, but it's allowing you to measure employee expectations. So it allows you to measure engagement and retention factors. And the last one, just to mention quickly as well, is there's a whole host of other things in there. One of the key ones is the job success analysis. So it's back to that, are the right people on the right seats? So we can measure the likely fit or how similar that person's traits are to the success, the benchmarked success factors within that role. So there's a whole host of different things we can measure. And again, back to one questionnaire, which is what we call an ipsative questionnaire, and it's just a ranking. So you're ranking one thing against another, which are not necessarily related or linked. So when you fill the questionnaire in, it can seem quite, I'm not quite sure how they're going to get the data from this. But yeah, as we've said, the algorithms in the background can drive the sophistication. We don't need to worry about that.
I think another couple of things to add as well, that this is it is objective, not subjective.
Yeah.
It's very objective, and it is individualized as well. This is not putting a person, a particular recruits into a box, okay? It is about an individual behavioral or unique behavioral blueprint. Everybody's different, so it's very, very specific and very unique to the individual, which is amazing. That's part of the sophistication that surprises you with the simple questionnaire that you fill in. The report that comes out, you think, how did that questionnaire enable that level of sophistication? But simple to read as well. So Harrison Assessment and Talent Solutions, it is our tool of choice. So a tool of choice, we're making it very clear, and it helps us drive our Aspire talent management initiatives and to bring that power to make confident people choices.